Yeah, the question is, where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? I mean, when the coronavirus settles down, I definitely want to travel again. I want to travel. I mean, I've always traveled. I've been traveling every year. I've been spending a lot of time abroad, studying, and in Hong Kong and the Philippines. And I was thinking one of the places I would like to go as soon as possible when this is all over is I want to go to the Philippines, and of course I want to go to Cebu, but I realized that I would actually like to see Manila. And I mean, I've been to Manila a few times, but I've never done the whole on foot walk around and just go around and explore the city. I mean, I've been there a few times though, and I think my impressions at first weren't so good, but I think things have changed a lot since I first started going there. And looking at the world when we've been in lockdown or in quarantine at home, and watching people and their lives around the world, and seeing people vlog in the Philippines, I've been really impressed with the culture, what people are doing there, and also, of course, how the Philippines has handled the pandemic. It's just amazing. And it's also made me think a lot about where I am. Life here in Japan, and of course realizing how much being here means to me. And I wanted to express that to people who have any kind of interest in Japan. And of course, the last few years, tourism just started to explode here, and of course all that's put on hold now. But it had started to explode, and people were coming here as tourists, which is great. It really was great. And not only in Tokyo and Osaka, but people were exploring down here in West Japan. People were, lots of tourists from abroad were everywhere in the Setouchi area. And it was just a great feeling being in that situation. And that's great, and I hope that comes back. And when events and festivals and all and the other cultural things start up again, people come back and enjoy that again. But I also hope that people start to look at Japan a little bit differently than maybe they had in the past. Instead of as a travel destination, as a place where you might want to spend a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, as a normal thing. Depending on what country you come from, that's pretty easy to do, even without a visa. But yeah, I mean, the people would start doing that, and I noticed it. And I started thinking about that a lot, because I noticed watching people who visit or travel to Thailand and Philippines and places like that, they often find themselves staying there for a few months, maybe because the expenses are different, but you could really do the same thing here. If you're going to go up to places like Tokyo or any big city, you're going to find it a bit more challenging to stay longer term just as a traveler, but you can still do it here in Japan very easily. I mean, it's really built for that now. And the entire attitude of this place is progressed. I think that's the best word, because Japan is a progressive country, to say the least. I mean, just look at the way the immigration laws have changed in the last 5 or 6 years. That's progressive. I mean, I'm not going to go deep The idea of staying here for 2 or 3 months and seeing what it's like, if you have that type of time to spend, and if you're in the middle of making some type of transition, and you're looking at places where you like to take on a new lifestyle, this is also a place that should be on the list. If you're thinking of other places in Asia, or if you are thinking about a place like Southern Europe, something like that, you should definitely consider Japan. It's particularly here in West Japan, because the weather is the same as the Mediterranean, and I mean the Southern Mediterranean. I'm talking about, which includes North Africa, because the latitude here is the same as North Africa, where I am right now. So there you go. I mean, self-explanatory, really. But and another thing that may sound shocking if I bring it up as an idea is that retire to Japan. How do you do it? Can you retire? Yes, you can. There are lots of ways, and it depends on what you mean by retire, because I noticed that even when I see people going to Southeast Asia to retire, they still seem to be engaged in some type of business or activity, economic activity. They're doing something, even if it's, this is 2020, so you can do lots of things online. Now you have to do lots of things online. So there's all those opportunities, everything you can possibly imagine, and more things that you could do and try to set a base up in a place like, say, Thailand or the Philippines. You could do the exact same thing here. Now, this is not the tropics. Okay, I mean, that's one thing. If that's what you're going after, you're getting throughout most of Japan, you're getting kind of Mediterranean type of climate, and then depending on exactly where you are, it could be a little bit colder or a bit warmer than that. Even to the subtropics when you get down to Kyushu and to Okinawa. So it just depends on what you're going for. If you're going for tropics full on, then it may not be the best thing, but if that's what you want. But if you are fine with Mediterranean style climate, subtropics, then weather-wise, this is it. And there's lots of things I could go into to make a case, but I just wanted to just introduce the fact that it's possible to retire here. I didn't move to Japan at retirement age. I mean, I moved here quite young, and I'm nowhere near retirement yet. But it's something I've really studied and looked at closely to see what it means, because I've also compared Japan to other countries and what it means and what are the things you might want as you get older, which will happen. It will happen. So it's a place that you got to put on the table for lots of reasons, because if you think, just to say, just from a kind of I would say almost emotional point of view, what are the things you need as you get older? You need healthcare, you need safety, you need security, you need a community, and this is a place with a strong sense of all of that. So yeah, I mean, then just that's what I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about how to show that side of this country, how to show that. Yeah, I guess a slice of through a slice of life type of video vlog, type of slice of life. This is what it is. It's not creating something that's not here, not showing something that's not really here. It's just, this is what it is, and it's just something that you can look at and compare, compared to where you are, and like I said, thinking about where you want to be when the coronavirus is gotten under control. Where do you want to be? And my argument here is this is a good place to be. Well, I'm on the way home, but right here, this area is called Higashiyama. It's in Okayama City, and you can see there's a streetcar or tram line that runs down this road here, and this road goes over a mountain. A low mountain with lots of houses on it, and there's a park, and it's a real kind of cozy feel to this part of Okayama City called Higashiyama. It's a mix of businesses and residential areas, houses and apartments, and the tram. A lot of green in this city. A lot of green. You can see the trees everywhere. Suddenly tons of new things built that you know nothing about. I mean, I went to an old neighborhood I used to live in once, and it completely changed. And that's one of the things about at least Japanese cities. I think this is pretty much the case for most of them, is that particularly in the center city, development is just, it may not be big, but it's rapid. It really is rapid because people's needs change. anyway, I'm building a case. I'm sure I haven't convinced everybody yet, but I'm building a case here for three things: visiting Japan, spending time here long term. By long term, I mean more than 2 weeks. How about that? And third, retiring to Japan. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.